August 3rd, 1990, Darlington, England. It was the hottest day of the year. A quiet house, a woman in the sun. And by 6 p.m., a murder that still chills Britain 35 years later. This is the story of Ann Heron, the woman in the sunlight. Anne was 44, a mother of 3 from Glasgow. After a broken first marriage, she'd found love again with Peter Heron, a successful haulage director. They lived in Aeolian House, a grand but lonely property beside the A67. To drivers passing by, it looked idyllic. To Anne, it felt exposed, like the world could see straight in. That morning, Anne shopped in town, returned home for lunch. Peter joined her, then left at 2 p.m., promising to be home by 6. At 2:30, she spoke cheerfully to a friend. At 3:30, she was still alive, spotted sunbathing in her blue bikini on the front lawn, moving there to escape a neighbor's tractor. It was the last time anyone saw her breathing. When Peter returned home just after 6, the scene was frozen in time. Radio playing, book open, cigarettes half smoked, the dog pacing outside, the front door wide open. Inside, Anne lay in a pool of blood, her throat cut cleanly. No struggle, no forced entry. Her killer had been welcomed inside. Within days, detectives uncovered Peter's affair with a local barmaid. He told them he left a client meeting at 4 p.m. Yet witnesses placed his car speeding toward Aeolian House minutes later. There was a missing hour he couldn't explain. But there was no weapon, no prints, no proof. The case began to fracture under its own heat. Then came the letters. In 1994, envelopes arrived at the Northern Echo and Durham police. "Hello, editor. It's me, Ann Heron's killer." Each signed simply, "The Killer." The handwriting seemed genuine. The author knew things no journalist did. And then, silence. 15 years later, a breakthrough. New DNA testing revealed Peter Heron's semen inside Anne's throat. He was charged with her murder. But the evidence proved contact, not timing. The case collapsed before trial. Peter was released, proclaiming, "Give me my day in court and you'll see how innocent I am." Enter Michael Benson, an escaped convict serving life for attempted murder. In 2020, crime lecturer Jen Jarvie uncovered testimony from a former inmate. Benson, he claimed, had boasted, "I killed a woman in Darlington. Isolated house, long driveway." 2 weeks before Anne's death, 2 women were robbed at knife point near the River Wear. The sketch looked just like Benson. He'd fled prison in a blue Ford, the same color seen speeding away from Aeolian House. Even the taunting letters, his ex-wife later said, the handwriting was his, but police found no DNA, no trace of him in Darlington. Officially, he was living abroad. Unofficially, no one really knows. In 2022, Channel 5's The Mysterious Murder of Ann Heron reopened old wounds. Her son, former detective Ralph Coburn, pleaded for truth, stating, "It's the only murder I've ever been associated with that hasn't been solved." Police still retest evidence, chasing the one clue that could close the jigsaw. 35 years on, Aeolian House still stands by the roadside, its walls silent, its windows reflecting the same summer light. A woman murdered in daylight, a husband never convicted. and a question that refuses to die. This is Crime Verdict. Subscribe for more true crime investigations. And remember, some cases never rest.